When I look at all this stuff, I ask myself, did I overdo it? Hi everyone, Mike from Fishermn here. I have my winter treasures, I guess you could call them. These on the table here are all the lures that I'm going to be using this upcoming open water season in 2023. And we're getting closer. The snow has melted here in Minnesota, so I thought I would take you through my journey of purchasing all of the lures that you see behind me, as well as the storage boxes. I thought I'd let you in on how my plan evolved, getting all my gear ready for the 2023 open water season. Okay, so here's the start of my thought process. Right around Christmas time, I remembered that Mystery Tackle Box always has a pretty good sale on their subscription plans. If you're not familiar with that is, Mystery Tackle Box is a place that'll send you a box of tackle every month. They've got their regular plan for about $20 a month, and you get, I think it's like $35 worth of tackle. Their mid plan, which is their pro plan, costs about $30 a month, and you get somewhere in the $45 range of tackle. And then they have their elite, which is about $35 a month if you do a year-long subscription. And they say you get about $50 to $55 worth of tackle. So that was kind of my plan, because I've done the pro plan in the past, and there's some lures that I still use till today that I got in that plan. So here I am right around December, kind of hovering over the subscribe button, and something told me to just kind of hold off. So I did, and I came up with a different plan. I decided, I noticed that Tackle Warehouse had 25% off site-wide. And I thought, you know what, in the last couple of years, I'm kind of dialed in on the kind of fishing I want to do. So I decided instead to put together a big order for Tackle Warehouse while they were having their 25% off sale. Something I will say about Mystery Tackle Box, if you are just starting out, that might be the way to go. You're going to get a variety of lures that'll encourage you to try new techniques. They even give you a little book on how to use each lure. That might be a good option for a lot of you. In fact, every time I've gone on their site, like I just went before I made this video, they no longer have the straight percent off the plans. But right now, if you do a year-long plan, you can get a free fishing rod or a free pair of glasses. They're always running a promotion that's gonna give you some benefit, especially if you go with a year-long plan. The other part of it too is they have a tackle store, so a lot of those things that you're gonna be using from your Mystery Tackle Box, you can buy at a discounted price throughout the year. So just something to think about, but I went a different direction. I sent in my Tackle Warehouse big order. I ended up getting a lot of jigs and soft plastics that I know don't go on sale too often. I'm a Berkeley guy. I like the power bait. I got some chatterbaits, something new. I'm like you guys. I watch a lot of fishing videos, and Damien Tao out of California and Greg Blanchard is another one too that I watched. I saw a video where those guys were fishing together and it was really slow, and they were using these Derrick hoop lures. So I picked up 4 of those. So I'm hoping that pays off on one of the slower days. Just to kind of summarize what I got, if you watch my channel, you know I've been using a lot of chatterbaits. I love these power swimmers for trailers. So got some power swimmers, got a variety of different colors. That's the nice thing about Tackle Warehouse. I usually use the white, is that they have a great selection, and everything was in stock, even during that busy time of year. There wasn't anything on my order that was back ordered, so that was pretty cool. Most of the jigs that I bought are already in the jig box. I'll show you a little shot of that jig box and how full it is. So I got a lot of jigs, and I also mentioned I got some power bait, I got some max scent. At the end of the year, I found these Gary Yamamoto Zako soft plastics, and they're a really pretty cool minnow shape for the back of a chatterbait. So got some of those, Picked up a Chapo. I've never had a Chapo. I've had a Whopper Plopper. I kind of like the length of the Chapo. I did on my order splurge for 2 jackhammer bladed jigs. And if you know about those, they're a chatterbait style bait, but they're super expensive. So I thought with that 25% off, I'd take a chance, and I got myself an early Christmas present. So those are all in the jig box. And I also purchased a jig box through their sale. I love these Plano Edge boxes. In fact, there's going to be a video coming out pretty soon that's going to show you how I'm going to use these jig boxes to get my stuff organized, and how they're going to help me be technique specific when I go to a river or go to a lake. So coming soon, there'll be a video to kind of show you how I'm going to organize those. So keeping in mind that if I would have done mystery tackle box, my year fee would have been about $400. So I did my big order from Tackle Warehouse, and my total was about $209. I'm going to keep a running total up here on the screen so you can see what I invested in my tackle for this year, because some people are interested, like how much does a fisherman spend per year on tackle. So $209, but the retail value of everything was about $260. So I felt like I saved a decent amount of money, and I got a ton of stuff. In fact, as you see all this tackle kind of going by today, I actually think that it's going to last me the next 2 years. So you can comment what you think once you see all the stuff that I got, but I think it'll last 2 years, maybe 3. If you watch my videos, I've got plenty of frogs for the next few years, because when I turned 50, my family got me 50 Booyah Pad Crashers. However, I did get a few more from Bass Pro because the sale was so good. You'll see that later. So that's the Tackle Warehouse portion of my sale. I just want to send a shout out to them. I'm not sponsored. I always like to say I'm sponsored by my own bank account, but I do appreciate a site that has some good prices. They have great selection, and a couple of extras. When I did my order, it met the threshold, so I got a free reel cover and a free t-shirt from Tackle Warehouse. So shout out to Tackle Warehouse that helped me get my gear started for the 2023 open water season. All right, let's jump to the next one. The next biggest group of things that I bought came from Cabela's and Bass Pro. All right, that shot probably didn't look like too much on the desk. A lot of the stuff that I got from Bass Pro is already put away in the different boxes. I did take part in their spring sale, and let me tell you, they had some great deals. Hopefully some of you got out there and were able to get some of your favorite lures, because it seemed like everything was on sale. Picked up a couple of Plano Edge boxes. Like I say, there'll be a video coming up. Got a crankbait box, and then just a general box that I'm going to be kind of keeping on the kayak and picking the things that I want to bring out during my fishing days. Picked up some more Max Scent power bait. And as I go, I'm kind of thinking of my plan for fishing, and definitely this Max Scent stuff might be on those days where the fishing's a little tougher. I've been using Pit Boss plastics a lot with my jigs as I've been jig fishing, but just like on those days with panfish, I usually use a power bait Fire Tiger 2-inch grub, but on those tougher days I'll put on the regular Gulp grub 2-inch grub if I need a little bit of scent or need something to kind of entice those fish. So kind of happy to have some more Max Scent. Like I mentioned, favorite frog ever, Booyah Pad Crasher. And I've got a ton of them. I'm down to about 25 of the 50 that I got for my 50th birthday after 2 seasons. Here in Minnesota, we have a lot of northern pike that like to steal our frogs, or dogfish too sometimes. So I did pick up some because the Booyah Pad Crashers were 3 for $10. And you just can't beat that for the quality of frog it is. Plus I picked up some colors that I didn't have. The ones I got for my birthday were all the same colors. So I've got some black ones, and I got some with a little more white belly on them too that I decided to get. Chatterbaits, I expanded my selection. If you watched last year with all the chatterbaits I was usually using the color white. So along with my jigs, the black and blue jig worked so well, so picked up some black and blue chatterbaits, some other more neutral color chatterbaits, that green pumpkin kind of color. And you know what, in Minnesota when the fishing is slow, these are like northern candy, so you can always get a northern on a nice bright yellowish chatterbait. Most of the jigs are in the box already, but I bought some Bass Pro jigs too. I'm trying to expand my color selection because I'm sure, and many of you know because you fished jigs for years, more than just black and blue work. So now I've got a nice array for the upcoming season. All told, at Bass Pro, I did spend about $232, but the actual retail price of it, I feel like I'm on the Price is Right, was about $334. So a nice savings there by just kind of hitting it when the sale was on. So if you can kind of plan your time wisely, you can get some pretty good deals. Another thing I did, and I'm not going to put it in the totals above me, but I traded in a reel this year to buy another reel. So I got a really nice Daiwa ballistic spinning reel. I needed a bigger size, and I was able to get $50 off because I traded in an old reel that I probably wasn't going to be using. So that's something to think about too. And Bass Pro has expanded, and now they do fishing rods also. So you can trade in a fishing rod and get a coupon for a fishing rod. So you can get from $10 all the way to $50 off your rod, depending on how much the rod you're purchasing is. So just a great deal, and also the reels go to a good cause. So I actually turned in a pretty good reel, and I'm hoping somebody on the other side gets to use it and enjoy fishing too. So Cabela's and Bass Pro, I felt like I scored there because I got a lot of the lures I use every season at a pretty cheap price. And like I say, I think this stuff is going to last me 2 seasons, if not 3. Let's take a look at the deals I got at Walmart this past winter. Now I'm always hunting around looking for the clearance area in Walmart just to see if they've got any fishing stuff. And man, I hit the jackpot here close to where I live. Last summer I learned how to jig fish, and I noticed they had some power bait on their clearance. And so I went and checked it out, and they had 2 things. They had the actual jigs that I have been using, the Pit Boss jigs, and they were ringing up, they were marked at $3. And then I looked and they had something I don't use, Crazy Leg Chigger Craws. Now when I look at these a little closer, essentially they're the same craws that I use, but they've got a couple extra legs. So all I gotta do is cut those legs off if I don't want that extra action. So these were going for $2.49. You can see the price on there. And usually they're about $5 a bag, so that's a good half-price sale. Now these were interesting because they're a color that I don't use. Maybe you use them. It's listed as Skeet Reese's green money color. And I used a lot of black and blue, but I didn't use a whole lot of green. So I thought, well, you know what, for $3, that's a pretty good deal. I thought I'd pick up a package of these. The surprise with these were when I got them to the checkout, they were $1 a package. So of course, I went back and I bought all the ones that they had, because $1 for a package of power bait, you know that's a good deal if you use any power bait. Looking a little further, I love my panfish. If you watch my channel, I'm always fishing for panfish. I found some thumper jigs and some, they call them gypsy jigs. It looks like they got a little bit of hair or feather on them for $1. And that's a really good deal for any kind of Northland jigs. And they're the exact size I use, 1/16 ounce. So you may see those in upcoming videos where I'm fishing for some panfish. I did buy 4 bags of the Chigger Craw ones. Got to keep your reels in good shape, so I bought some reel grease and reel lube. I've always had it, but I needed some new stuff, and this was half price. Not a Ned rig fisherman, but I'm hearing about it so much. They have this little kit already rigged up for the beginner like I am. That'll be with Ned rig. I think that's going to be a good deal for about $5. I think it was regular $10. And then sometimes, I don't know if you're like me, you see something and you think of a lake. And I have a lake in Ely, Minnesota that I just know these little craws are going to be great for smallmouth bass. So for $1.59 a package, couldn't pass them up. Bought 3 packages of them. And these were about half price. Now the wild card in all this, you see this kind of mixture of lures, and I'm not even sure Walmart sells all these kind of lures, but these were actually in a mystery tackle box advent calendar. They had a fishing advent calendar, and the neat thing was I found it after Christmas and it was like 80% off. So I got these along with a bunch of other plastics and hooks for about $2 for the whole advent calendar. So that was a pretty good score. All in all, the tackle that I found from Walmart this past winter, the retail value of it was about $100 and I paid $33. So definitely, you fishermen who are on a budget, check out the Walmart clearance section and you're gonna find some deals, but you gotta check throughout the whole year. The plastics that I found were late fall, early winter is when I found these. And so I just kind of picked them up as I went. When you see a good deal, you got to get them because they're going to be gone the next time you go in. So along with these bigger purchases, I also was always on the hunt. If I went to Dick's Sporting Goods or Sportsman's Warehouse or Fleet Farm, those are 3 other popular fishing places here in Minnesota. Also, Shields is another one here. And my area just got a Sierra trading post and I actually picked up a couple of lures there. So let me take you through the miscellaneous places where I was able to get some lures to add to the collection this summer. All right, so here we are. We're in the miscellaneous section of the buys for this winter. Dick's Sporting Goods is in Minnesota. We have a good selection of fishing stuff there, and they're always running different sales. And I went in and I found these gillies. Have you seen the gillies? I'd say they're kind of pricey. They're about $10 for 3 of them. Dick's Sporting Goods had a really good deal one day. If you bought 2, you got 1 free. So I got a couple of packs of gillies and then maybe some trailers for chatterbaits. What would have been $30 cost me $20. Add it up. Shields Sporting Goods is a really cool store here in Minnesota. And when I was visiting, I didn't hit any of their spring sales or anything, but I did go and I found 3 Rapala clearance lures. I'm picturing using these in the river, and they would have been about $10 a piece, and I got these 3 for between $5 and $6 a piece. So another good score there for some river smallmouth fishing. And then I mentioned Sierra Trading Post, and that's where I picked up a couple of topwater lures. They were $3.99 and the regular price on them was around $8. So half price on these. So I got some Rapala crankbaits at Fleet Farm. I got 6 of them. The original price would have been about $60 and they were $3.33 a piece. So that $60 price tag turned into $20. So that was a good deal. Got some crankbaits in the old Plano tackle box now. Well, there you have it. That's a lot of stuff. And the total is pretty high up there. The retail price total is really high. I'm not saying to go out and buy that much tackle, but I'm just saying if you can spread things out and plan for different sales over the winter, you can find some really good deals out there. So that's how the plan kind of came about. To get some more specifics about my plan for this upcoming summer, stay tuned as I do my Plano Edge Series tackle box video. I'm going to talk a little bit more about how I'm going to use some of these lures to catch lots of fish in 2023. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Alright, I know the video is over, but I do have to confess something. There were a few things that I bought at full price. Rarely do these map spinners go on sale, and this is the color I liked, so sometimes I just pick them up when I see them. So these were all full price at Fleet Farm. I showed you the soft plastic craws that I bought at Walmart for a good deal. I needed some Ned hooks to rig them. I got these at Sportsman's Warehouse, and I paid full price. So every once in a while, but usually it's a pretty specific thing that gets me to pay full price.